We're back with another episode of Tarot Talks, and we're moving on to the threes. So, a little background on the number three. This is the reconciliation of the two extremes. It is the child of the goddess and the god. It is the triangle, the pyramid, its creation. In the natural zodiac, Gemini is the third sign, and it's represented by the twins because it is the two in the one. So it is two spirits within one body. So it's not the god, it's not the goddess, it's its own entity, but it is the embodiment of the male and female spirit in one body. Okay, so that in essence is perfection. So that's why three is the perfect odd number. If you look into like Pythagorean theory and stuff, they say that three is the perfect odd number. Okay. Let's see, where else? What do I got here? This is past, present, future. This is the three modalities. So like and this goes to like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, who is the creator, the preserver, and the changer. So this is related to also the three modalities of zodiac signs, which is cardinal, which is the creator, the fixed energy, which is the one who is the preserver, and then the changer, which is the mutable. Okay, so all of this stuff is really sacred and it's really tied in. Once you look into it, it's really crazy. You also have Osiris, Isis, Horus, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Like this really goes on forever. In Wicca, it's the maiden mother, the crone, the three faces of the moon. Okay. Earth is the third planet. So here's something to think about. Is that why we have three dimensions here? You know, nothing goes beyond three dimensions. All right, so that's a little bit to think about with the number three. It's the child of creation. In alchemy, it's the what you get when you put one and two together. I mean, obviously in math, when you put one and two together, you get three, but it's when the male and female come together and they create something that is the embodiment of them both, but it is something entirely different. It's an entirely new being. So the Three of Pentacles, okay? If you gotta watch these videos in succession to get what I'm talking about. So the Two of Pentacles, he was juggling, he was working his balls off. He's like the entrepreneur, okay? And the entrepreneur, what he does is he sacrifices a lot of time in his life to find balance between work and his personal life, work and family life, work and fun. He has no fun because he's spending day and night working. And also what I talked about was when you have the money coming in the one hand and it's going out, so you have this period of not really seeing a profit for a while. And they also say that when you start a business, you need to be in business 3 years before you start to really see a profit. So this is like really cool here. It really ties in. So three in the Pentacles is the craftsman beginning to see clients. If you see it pictured here as the people coming to see him about his craft. They're trying to check him out, see what he's about, and give him some business. So this is where you're seeing growth. Okay, threes are about growth. They're about expansion. They're about branching out. Okay, so anytime you get like a three card, it's talking about growth. Okay, so in a reading, if you're in a regular reading, just like the regular meaning of this is going to be business. It's going to be, you're going to start seeing some profit. You're going to start seeing some growth in your endeavors. You're going to start seeing things manifest, okay? So this is the manifestation of things in the material realm. Oh, also, I didn't tell you guys, that was a fixed earth. It's the Lord of material works, okay? So he is mastering the material works. He's mastering his craft. And again, it's fixed earth energy, and that one was the second decan of Capricorn, and it was the 31st to the 9th, and we have the Mars rulership and the Saturnian rulership of Capricorn. So anytime you get those two together, you're going to have the blueprint. Saturn is the rules, so he gives you the map. Saturn is also the ruler of time. He's going to give you she actually is going to give you the blueprint. She's going to show you the way, so you have the way before you, have the clarity and the rules to work within, and then you have the energy, the fire energy, the initiation of Mars, okay? You have that one energy. So anytime you get that will, and then you have the vision. When you have the will and the vision, there's nothing stopping you. It's going to manifest. So that's actually the key to manifestation, is the will to do it and the actual vision. Okay, and but sometimes with that you also have to kind of be careful, because if you have too much of a plan and you really try and be forceful and stick to that plan, sometimes the human plan doesn't work and the higher plan needs to be set in place. So sometimes we have to be able to sit back a little bit and let the higher plan manifest as well. So if you try and be too forceful, sometimes that can actually fuck up your flow. All right, so you can tell I'm getting comfortable now because I'm starting to curse, and that's actually my natural nature. All right, so the next card, this one right here, this is the Three of Cups. All right, so this is Lord of Abundance. Okay, now you see the pumpkins growing on the ground, and this is the reaping. This is when things are coming into fruition. This is number 3. You're going to see a sense of growth somehow in all these cards. You're going to see expansion, okay? And the suits depend in the way that it happens. So the cups denote, they're more of like a feminine essence. So you have the water, you have the influence of the moon here. This is Mercury in Cancer, second decan of Cancer. This is Lord of Abundance, and this is July 2nd to 11th if you're talking about times in the year. Mercury usually, if you think of Mercury in the traditional sense, again, it's the ruler of Gemini. So we have that Gemini essence here. It is communication and speed naturally, but it's also, like we talked about in the Two of Cups, it has that representation of trade and tradesmen, where we had that symbol, the staff of Hermes. If you look in ancient Greece and like Rome and all that, you're going to see that as the protector of merchants and thieves. So we have that exchange under Mercury, and it's been beneficial. So they're starting to see the growth of their partnership. So in business, if you're getting together with someone and you're talking business and you're like, all right, well, we're going to do this business. This is the manifestation of that partnership. This is the growth from that partnership. So this is the growth from marriage. You see this a lot in birth announcements. The Three of Cups, it's been a celebration of birth because you have the moon. So we have not so much that feeling of reflection or darkness of the moon here, but we have that full belly, that full moon energy. Okay, so all right, let's see, we went through all that. Okay, and then there's a lot of information here, so bear with me. So with that moon energy, if you look into how our equinoxes are set up, and our the way that our seasons are brought in, it's always after the first full moon of that season, okay? Because the full moon is the pregnant mother. She is bringing in the energies. She's manifesting. She is birthing the children. That's why Easter, when Jesus is dead and he's on the cross, Easter always comes the first Sunday after the first full moon of the spring equinox. Okay, this is not a mistake. It's all put together. Now, our natural zodiac got fucked up because they don't want you to understand these energies. So Easter is actually really our original New Year, okay, in America. So if you look into, like I said before in the other videos, if you look into the other cultures, their New Year's are always like right around March in that spring area after the spring equinox, because this is where things are actually new. You cannot bring new things in without the energy being new. Okay, you guys have to understand that. In January, things are dead. Okay, so if you can't bring in new energies and growth when things are dead, you can't, get a pregnant female corpse. You can't get a female corpse pregnant, I know it's kind of macabre, but it's just impossible. So you have to think of it that way, because we're in the macrocosm, and the zodiac and the energies that the zodiac bring in we're in the microcosm, and the energies that the zodiac brings in is the macrocosm. So we have to follow naturally the energies of the macrocosm. If not, we're out of alignment and we're fucked, and we're not going to grow. Okay, so you have that motherly full moon essence. You have that Mercurian business essence going here. So this is the manifestation of partnerships. Okay, so this is the continuation of the Two of Cups. When the one and the two come together, this can also be the man and the woman. So you could be talking about actual pregnancy, actual gestation of a human being. This is, like I said, it's the reaping. If you see the pumpkins all around, this is things growing and things manifesting. So running out of time here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you back with the other threes.